Talk about the terror apologists who've struck. The barbaric attack by Hamas terrorists in Israel has shocked the world. Savitoury has targeted savagery that targeted innocents, women and children, scores of unarmed civilians. But despite the shocking visual proof, it's an effort to justify the terror. Just hours after the attack, AMU students held a march in support of Hamas terrorists and shouted slogans in support of Palestine. The video shows AMU students protesting and holding placards in support of Palestine. Left Neta M.A. Baby went to the extent of saying that if Hamas was a terrorist organization, so was Israel. Let's play out what M.A. Baby said.
Hamas ഇസ്രായേൽ ഭരണാധികാരികളെ ഞെട്ടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു പ്രത്യാക്രമണമാണ് നടത്തിയത്. ഇപ്പോൾ ഹമാസ് നടത്തിയ ആക്രമണത്തിനോട് പ്രതികരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഇസ്രായേൽ പ്രത്യാക്രമണം നടത്തുന്നു എന്നാണ് മാധ്യമങ്ങൾ പൊതുവിൽ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അതിനോട് പ്രതികരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഹമാസ് നടത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രത്യാക്രമണം അതിസുരക്ഷാ സന്നാഹങ്ങൾ എന്ത് രഹസ്യ നീക്കവും പിടിച്ചെടുക്കാൻ കെൽപ്പുള്ള ലോകത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും ശ്രേഷ്ഠമായ പ്രതിരോധ ചാരസംഘടന എന്നെല്ലാം പുകഴ്ത്തപ്പെട്ട മൊസാദിൻ്റെ വലിയ പരാജയമാണ്. നമ്മുടെ മാധ്യമങ്ങൾ, അച്ചടി മാധ്യമങ്ങൾ വിശേഷിച്ചും കാണാത്ത കാര്യം, ഹമാസ് ഒരു തീവ്രവാദ സംഘടനയാണെന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നെതന്യാഹുവിൻ്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിൽ ഇസ്രായേൽ ഭരിക്കുന്നത് ഒരു തീവ്രവാദ ഭരണകൂടമാണ്.
Senior leader of the CPM, Mr. M.A. Baby, is now live on Times Now. Sir, thank you for speaking to us. Why are you celebrating this brutal savagery and terror by Hamas?
You see, we are not in agreement with the method of politics that Hamas is handling.
Hamas is not into politics, sir. Mr. M.A. Baby, Hamas is not into politics. Let me just correct you. Hamas is in a terror organization. What politics are you talking about?
You see, let me correct you, Mr. Anchor. Netanyahu government is also doing terror activities. Do you know, in this year 2023, 248 Palestinians, including 40 children, have been murdered by the Netanyahu administration? So, when we try to apportion blame, don't hold any brief for the Israeli administration.
I'll tell you what the Hamas has done.
I would like to bring to your notice that in night.
I'll just tell you, sir. I beg your indulgence. I beg your indulgence, sir. Let me take you back a few years.
The Israeli government, I want your indulgence. As per your request, I have come to participate in the debate.
Very gracious of you, sir. We are thankful. I just have a few straight questions for you, Mr. Baby.
Do you dispute? You can ask, but let me complete. Let me complete one sentence. Do you recognize the fact that in this year 2023, 248 Palestinians, including 40 children, have been murdered by Zionists in Gaza, in West Bank, in East Jerusalem?
Mr. Baby,
you accept this?
Condemn that, but why are you glorifying Hamas?
You don't.
That's my question. You can condemn the action by Israel. Why are you whitewashing what Hamas has done? Why kill innocent women and children? Why parade them naked?
No, you are attributing that I am glorifying Hamas. No, I am not. We have very uncompromising terms. We have our differences with Hamas. But Hamas has been manufactured by Zionist terrorism. In 1977, the then Foreign Minister of India, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he stated that the new Janata government, which defeated the emergency regime, This Janata government extends its solidarity with Palestinian people.
Mr.
but
Baby, I know
we will
about
have
what was said and what happened
we will
then.
Have relationship with
That
Israel
was in a
also.
different context. I am asking you a straight question on what Hamas has done. We are only talking about Hamas. Leave Palestine out of this for a moment. Let's talk about
that
Hamas.
is your problem.
Why don't you condemn
You are
what
only
Hamas has
asking
done?
about Hamas.
Hamas
That
has
is your
killed
problem.
innocent people in Israel.
Why
Bombed
don't-
houses.
So let me ask you a question. Why don't you condemn the murder of 248 Palestinian people, including
Violence,
40 children?
Mr.
This murder
Baby, Mr.
done by
Baby,
Netanyahu
here's
government.
what you said.
Why are you not condemning that?
Let me read out.
Why don't
violence
you
in
condemn
all,
that?
Mr. Baby,
You condemn
violence
that.
in all form is wrong.
I condemn
no.
that.
Hamas.
I condemn that.
What
and
you're
I
talking
condemn-
about is
I
state
condemn
action.
Hamas
What you're talking
atrocities
about is a
also.
state action. Hamas is a terror organization. Let's not confuse the two, sir. The viewers can see through this, Mr. Baby. Mr. Baby, you know,
No.
sir, I have regards for you, but let's talk about it. We are dealing with something serious.
I consider Zionist administration illegally occupying Palestinian lands.
I'll tell
Zionist
you,
government is not
Mr. Baby,
willing to
I will
implement
tell you
the
what you've
United
said,
Nations
in case you've
Security Council
forgotten.
resolution.
Let me just read out. You say Hamas has stunned the rulers of Israel with this attack. Media is saying that because of Hamas action, Israel has launched its strikes. Hamas action was done despite having the world's most capable agency, Mossad, which has failed in this front. What our media has failed to communicate, if that was Hamas is called a terrorist organization, they should also remember that Netanyahu regime is a terrorist regime. Are you endorsing what Hamas has done by attacking, killing innocents?
Then my question is that are you endorsing the Netanyahu administration killing 248?
There is a difference, sir. The Netanyahu administration and what it does is a state action. That qualifies as state action. Hamas is a terror organization. You are confusing the two.
This is your problem. This is your problem. I am very sorry. I am very sorry.
I am sorry. No, I am sorry. I am sorry. You're talking like a terror apologist, Mr. Baby.
I am sorry.
Let's talk specifics. Have you seen the footage of a party being attacked?
For your totally
what was the fault of these people who were there?
Wrong understanding of
Mr. Baby, leave that for the viewer to judge. Mr. Baby, leave that for the viewer to judge. Mr. Baby, leave that for the viewer to judge. You tell me, sir, and let's play out shots. A party was attacked by Hamas terrorists. Rockets were... Mr. Baby, listen to what I am saying. Mr. Baby, there is no agenda. Condemning terror, if condemning terror is an agenda, then you can accuse me of running that agenda. Mr. Baby, here's my question. What was the fault of those people who had assembled for that party? Why was that party targeted, Mr. Baby? Why was the party targeted? Mr. Baby, why was the party targeted? Can you tell me? Can action reaction justify terror attack on civilians?
What you are doing is
Mr. Baby, Mr. Baby, Mr. Baby, I'm asking you direct questions.
What you are doing is sheer media terrorism. You have to find somebody
media
else.
Terrorism. You can't get yourself to condemn Hamas terror. You are calling this media terrorism. Mr. Baby, the more you speak, you are exposing yourself and the party you represent.
I am sorry,
Mr. Baby, I am sorry, Mr. Baby. I am sorry.
You are behaving like a media terrorist.
Let's talk about specific instances, Mr. Baby. Let's talk about
shouting like this, sitting in the studio.
I am not shouting. I am only asking you a question.
You are holding a brief.
I am not holding a brief. Listen, Mr. Baby, I am not holding a brief.
We are not holding brief for anybody.
I told you, if you think that condemning terror is an agenda, you can accuse me of running an agenda, Mr. Baby. It is not an agenda. Let's talk about the agenda that you are peddling. You are whitewashing terror, and this is not the first instance of that, Mr. Baby. So let's talk about specifics. Look at these pictures. Mother-daughter kidnapped by Hamas. Mother-daughter kidnapped by Hamas. What was the fault?
he will
Mother
be
and
arrested
daughter
if the-
kidnapped
if the-
by
if
Hamas.
the criminal
Another
charges
German
against
national
Netanyahu
there
could
kidnapped
be
by
allowed to
Hamas.
be probed,
People are
then
being terrorized.
Netanyahu will be
This is
convicted.
visual
He is a
evidence of
corrupt
what
person.
Hamas has done.
He is a
But you
corrupt
believe
person, and
Hamas is not a
Netanyahu
terror
is
organization.
deliberately creating
It is this
problem
whataboutery
so
that is
he can
problematic.
escape from the problem
Mr.
within
Baby,
the country.
Mr. Baby,
Like-
people are discerning
like
today.
your friend Mr.
They will
Narendra
see
Modi.
and judge.
Netanyahu
So leave the
also
judgment to the
faces
viewer.
problem.
Mr.
And
Baby,
you keep
I am
on
asking you
talking, I
direct
can also
questions.
keep on talking.
Why can't you
Your-
get yourself
your
to
media
condemn
terrorism will not
terrorism
work with
by
me. You have to
Hamas?
find somebody else.
Okay, you tell me
invite
who
me
was
to
Osama bin
participate in
Laden?
debate and you
No,
are
no,
not
let me
allowing
ask
me
you
to
specific
speak.
questions.
What do you think about
Who
you?
was Osama bin
Your
Laden,
media
sir?
terrorism will
Can
not
you
work
at
with
least
me.
condemn
You have
Osama
to
bin
find
Laden?
somebody else.
Israel
You
is
listen to
calling
me.
it their 9/11.
If you want to
Mr.
have
Baby,
a debate,
I am
you listen
only
to me.
asking you- I am
keep on
only
talking.
asking you
I
direct
can also
questions.
Keep on talking. What
No.
do you think? No,
I
am
can
not
keep
go- I
asking
am
you.
not going to
You
be
can,
a mute
you know, you
spectator to
can
your
talk
video
over me.
atrocity.
You can
You have
outshout
to
me,
find
Mr. Baby.
somebody else.
I will ask you
You
direct
think that
questions.
I will take it out.
A German woman was killed.
Narendra
Now
Modi
listen to
before
this.
Karen
A German
Thapar.
woman
You
was
think that
killed
I
and
will
a
walk out
naked
of this?
body
No, no.
paraded.
I am not
Those
going to
videos.
walk out. I am not
No,
going
no,
to keep-
those
I am
clips
not
have
going
gone
to keep
viral. You can
silent.
see those
You are doing
visuals
media
if you've
terrorism.
not seen them
And
already.
Media terrorism cannot be tolerated.
What was
by
the
us.
fault of this
You
girl?
want to attribute something
What
to
was the
CPIM,
fault of this
which
girl,
CPIM
Mr.
did
Baby?
not say.
What
You
was
see
the
the-
fault of
you
this
see the
girl
text of
who
the
was
CPM
killed and a
statement.
body
And we stand
paraded
by
as a trophy?
248
Look at these
innocent
pictures. Shiri,
Palestinians, your
kidnapped
friend
by
Netanyahu,
Hamas.
Zionist
Ariel,
soldiers go and
kidnapped
kill
by Hamas.
40 children.
What was
40
his
children
fault?
are there in this 208.
Here's another one.
248
An
people
infant being
who have been
kidnapped
killed
by Hamas.
Your friend Netanyahu. Now
Now,
I understand.
Mr.
that
Baby,
Times Now is
Mr.
not
Baby,
an
who's
Indian
your
channel,
friend?
it is
Who's
an
your
Israeli
friend?
channel.
Who's Xi
You are
Jinping is
behaving
your
like
friend?
that.
Mr. Baby,
You are-
who's your
you-
friend?
No,
Who's
no,
the friend of the
it's very-
CPM?
You
Who's
are-
the friend
you
of the
are-
CPM?
You don't have the decency.
I have the
conduct a
decency,
debate.
sir. You don't have
You
the
don't have
courtesy
the
to
media
respond to
culture.
direct questions,
You
Mr.
invite
Baby.
somebody to
That is the
participate in a
problem.
discussion
You see,
and
calling
keep
out
on
terror has become
throwing
such a big
your
problem for the
atrocious
left,
revelations.
which
What
is why you
your
find
guest-
yourself in the
This is
state that you
media
are
culture
in.
You have shame on you. Shame on you. And don't think that you
Mr.
can win
Baby,
like this. You can
Mr.
keep
Baby,
shouting.
okay.
This is the last time I am participating
No,
in
no,
your
no, no, no.
debate.
I am
Because
asking you
don't
again.
want to
I am
hold a
asking you
debate.
again.
You want to throw your
What was
filthy
the fault
language
of
and
these
filthy
people
ideas
who've
on a
been
person.
kidnapped,
This is the-
abducted, taken into
No,
captivity?
You don't know what is happening in
Forget
West Kashmir.
Hamas.
What do
Mr.
you know?
Baby, forget about
Do you know
Hamas.
that
You tell
the
me what
Zionist
was the
governments
fault
are
of these
still
people?
occupying Palestinian land? Do you
I am
know
asking you.
that the Netanyahu government is
If you are so
unwilling to
worried about
implement
human lives,
that
are these not
in the
human
United
beings?
Nations
Are
Security
these not
Council
human beings,
resolution?
sir? Are these human beings or
You
not?
know that Gaza is an open jail.
You don't,
know West
sir.
Bank
I
is
don't
an
need
open
lessons
jail.
on Gaza and
You
West
don't know
Bank
this.
from you,
If
Mr.
you
Baby.
want to
Mr.
go to
Baby, listen, I don't need
Authority,
lessons on West
you have
Bank
to
and
take
Gaza
the
and the
visa from
Palestine
Israel.
conflict.
You know that.
I
If
told
you
you
want
at
to
the
go to
beginning,
Palestine,
let's separate
Israel
Palestine
is
from
the
this.
Israel
Let's
issuing
talk about the
authority.
Hamas
You know that.
terrorism.
So
you
you
can't
keep
get
on
yourself to
defending
condemn terror.
fascist
If you are so concerned
Israeli
about human rights,
administration.
Mr. Baby,
The people
let's
in
talk
Israel,
about these
they are
individuals.
up in Nagan.
Is
They are
this
up
little
in
one
arms against
not a
Netanyahu.
human being?
So you invite somebody.
His
to
life does not
participate in a
matter.
debate And you keep on lecturing.
Mr. Baby,
and you
Mr.
think that
Baby,
you can win.
Mr.
No,
Baby, you
I'm
are
sorry
only
to
exposing
say.
yourself.
No. You
I
are
am
doing
asking you
media
direct questions
terrorism.
about this hapless
I don't know
innocent
your
citizens.
name.
What
But
was their
Mr.
fault?
Mr.
Why did Hamas
You snout.
attack them?
You
Mr.
are
Baby,
doing
why
media
did Hamas
atrocity.
attack them?
You are a
And now that
media
Hamas has
terrorist.
attacked them,
Your
what will
media
you call
terrorism
Hamas?
will not work with
Is
me.
Hamas not a
You
terror
have to-
organization?
You have to find somebody else. You
I
are-
have
you
no,
are-
no,
you are
Mr.
throwing
Baby, you find someone else who will lap up this
language.
propaganda
You are
and
attribute
peddle it.
CPIM
I am going to ask
and
you
a
direct
CPIM
questions.
representative
Mr. Baby,
holding
I am going to
reform-
ask you direct
holding
questions.
reform Hamas.
I am trying my best
We
to
are
get a
not holding
specific
any
response
brief.
from you.
We said that
Just focus,
the-
Mr. Baby.
we-
Can we
we
do this in the
stated-
interest
we
of humanity?
stated
Mr.
that
Baby,
the
Mr.
armed
Baby, can we
conflict
do
should
this?
be put an
Can we
end
do this in the
We
interest of
condemn-
humanity?
we
Let's
condemn
talk about these
the
pictures.
unilateral statement made
Mr.
by
Baby,
Indian Prime
can we
Minister
talk
Narendra
about these
Modi.
pictures?
Indian Prime
Are they
Minister
human
Narendra
beings
Modi
or
has
not?
Abandoned the
What
stand
was the
taken
fault fault
by
of these
Mahatma
people.
Gandhi, Pandit
Mr. Baby.
Jawaharlal Nehru, the prime ministers of India.
Forget the past.
Even Vajpayee.
Forget the past.
Adal Bihari
We all know what happened in the past. Let's talk about
Let's
talk about Mr. Baby. Forget the past. I said in the beginning, forget the past. Let's begin by talking. What justifies? No, Mr. Baby. What justifies attack on a party? What justifies abduction of these people, innocent people, men, women, children, and their dead body paraded like a trophy?
And your viewers will understand what kind
Sir,
of media
leave that for our
process you are
viewers. Our
committing.
viewers can
What
see
are
through
you
Mr.
thinking?
Baby,
How long
and they
you
are
want to
seeing through
continue
this.
lecture? How
This
long
is
you
not a
want to
lecture.
keep
I am
on
not here
making
to
this
lecture anyone. I
How
am
long you want to do this
only
media
asking you
atrocity?
direct questions, and
you
you've
think-
exposed
you don't
yourself, Mr.
understand
Baby. You
anything.
can go on
You
and
don't
on.
understand
We
history.
don't have all the time
You
in the
don't
world. I'm
understand
sorry,
history of Palestine.
Mr. Baby. Mr.
You
Baby.
are holding a brief
Let's talk about these
for
babies.
Netanyahu
Some
and
of them
Narendra
less
Modi.
than a year old,
And you are being
abducted,
paid
taken
for
into
that.
captivity.
You are a paid.
Are they?
You
Are
a
they?
paid
You can abuse me,
media
sir. You can abuse me. Call me names, Mr. Baby.
Zionism
It does not
and
affect me.
RSS headquarters.
If calling terror
You will
is
be paid
no,
by
if
RSS
calling terror is a
headquarters,
propaganda,
and you will be paid by
you can
Zionist
abuse me all day,
Netanyahu.
Mr. Baby.
I don't care. And you keep on speaking.
That's your reality. You don't care about human rights.
Till this
You
evening.
only care.
Till this evening.
You
can do
only
that.
care about the
This
agenda
is how
that your
you will-
party is
this is how you will
peddling.
conduct
Let's leave it at that,
media
viewers. I
interview.
tried my best. I tried to reason with senior leader of CPM, Mr. M.A. Baby. You heard his response. That's all we could pack in. We'll have to take a short break, come back and tell you what's happening in Israel.